just in case. That way. All right. Okay. Let me double check. Make sure that you guys are actually watching this. Yeah, I apologize, guys. The Spectrum cable is doing maintenance, so I guess they're cutting lines and redoing lines. I'm about to call Harvey right now. I have Reboot America. He is going to be staying on the line as kind of like a mediator, if you will. Wow, I'm jumping all around on the screen. I hope this lasts. If this doesn't last, guys, and I lose service, I'm recording this. Yeah, Harvey already knows. I'm gonna record this back, the audio at least back up on the voice recorder app on my computer, and that way, what's up? Yeah, that way, if I do lose service, I can put that up for you guys. So here we go. Oh, one of the things that I was gonna do before I do that is what I was doing when I got kicked off. I wanted to show you guys. Here is the first time I had a communication with Randy's cousin. Let me make sure you guys can see that. It was August 12th. That's how I got in communication where Randy can call me. I actually Randy's cousin set it up. Okay. And I will do a video with all that's in there for you guys. See, like I'm not gonna put her answers or whatever. I'm gonna put just mine. That way you guys can see that, because I didn't get permission from her to do that. One thing a lot of people are failing to understand that I want to clarify before I call Harvey is that when you're doing like any kind of investigative journalism and you're doing reporting and interviews with people, at least in my case, I'm not here to go out and start bashing people that are incarcerated. And it was a privilege that they gave me to be able to get that official story, so that I could get Randy's message out. Now, there's specific things that can't be talked about, and I stated this in the videos, but I see a lot of people don't understand that. Because if Randy says certain things or talks about certain things when he's in jail, they record all the calls. It says right on there whenever he calls me that the calls are being recorded, and then they can use that against him in court. So that's kind of like a common sense type thing, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew ahead of time. And along with like Randy, that recording was the first time I talked to him, and like it's another common sense kind of thing. Do you think if I sat there and I just kept if I started like attacking him or putting him on the spot when his life is already hell because he's locked in a jail cell with a guy that wants to beat him up half the time in that jail cell, as he's explained, do you think that he would really want to be calling back? Probably not. So we need to support people that are in bad situations. Now I'm going to call Harvey. You there, Reboot?
Yep.
All right.
Hello?
Harvey.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man? They're doing maintenance, I guess, on the fiber optic lines for my service provider. So,
Yeah, man, I can have you on speaker and ask questions. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, we ain't have to do no conference call, man. We just do it on speaker and just get the shit out there.
right. I just wanted to be able to stream it also. So what's up?
Oh, you want to stream it also?
Yeah. I'm streaming on my backup channel with it also. That way, since you are and I am, it's just good. Whatever. So what's up?
Yeah, so, what is that?
What's that?
Oh. What's going on, man? So, just wanted to know, yeah, I mean, you already know the questions I asked you, like, your prior affiliation with Tucci and Mr. Randall Bean. Do you have any prior affiliation with him prior to joining this movement?
No. As a matter of fact, it's one of the things I just showed on the live stream was the first communication that I had with. It's not even Randall's group per se, as to how I started covering those live interviews with Randy. It was through his cousin, his family. I found his cousin. She was in some of the same communication lines, which I was allowed to be a part of for sharing information, and that way I could get the information since I was covering it. And I directly contacted her, asking, as I said, I wanted to try to do like live interviews with Heather and Randy, to find out a little bit more on the charges and whatnot. That was on August 12th. August 12th, I messaged her, and her and I spoke for the first time. That was Randall's cousin. And prior to that, I mean, the only talking I ever had with them was in that other line of communication, which was opened up, I'd say maybe August 8th. Whenever it was that I put out that video and said I had direct communication, I was invited, if you will, to go and be able to speak with them so that I could get the proper story out. And other than that, before this movement, before anything, I have not had any communication with them. I've never ever personally spoke with Heather Tucci. I first spoke with Randy maybe I want to say 4 or 5 days after the 12th. So maybe like the 16th or the 17th was the first time I spoke to him, and that was through Blount County Jail. Like when he calls, it actually says you have a call from Blount County Correctional Facility. And even BZ, the first time I spoke with her was actually after I already spoke with Randy. I was talking to some of the other people that were in their group, if you will, like Judy, and there's a couple others that they're not really like they're not they just kind of hang out in there, and they're affiliated, but I've never been affiliated. I've never been connected. I've never been tied to OPPT, Heather, or Randy, or anybody. That's actually I'm going to do a video and put up the conversation that I had with Randall's cousin. I'm just going to verify with her it's okay. I'm sure she'll say it's fine. But I'll put that up for you guys so you can see the reason why they decided to let me do the interviews was because I was an unbiased third party outside, man who would be able to then, I had to speak with Randy quite a bit before I was even allowed to, start recording and all that. He needed to feel me out and figure out if it, he decided it was okay once he heard that I was exposing Cindy K. Courier. He was happy at the fact that somebody was actually doing that, and that's when he said, okay, well, if you're doing that, then you must be all right. So that's when we were able to go on the record.
Okay, so what? Like, how many other? Do you have any other channels that you operate under?
No, I have this channel, my backup channel. I have my main channel, and then I have a couple like what do you call it? Just throwaway type channels. I haven't done anything on them. I just made them when I started getting attacked or whatever. But I don't use. I don't. The only two channels I use.
Like, why would you say that you returned to YouTube after a very lengthy hiatus?
Well, I started making videos, which I wasn't all that great with back in what 2012. It was really over like the Obamacare and some of the things that were going on, and I made some different videos, and then I got caught up with life, and I still watch the videos, but I was never really too good. And I'm actually kind of believe it or not, I'm actually kind of shy. This has actually been a really good experience because it's helped me get a little less shy with people and whatnot. But for a while, I just was busy with life, man. I was when I work my career job, I'm exhausted. I don't know anybody that's worked in construction knows. You get up early, you work real hard through the day, and then you don't really have much energy for anything else. And then it wasn't this movement that I started making videos again. I put out videos on the London attacks. That's actually when I started getting back on YouTube. I put out a whole bunch of videos on those London the bridge attacks, exposing Prime Minister May and the agenda to censor the internet. So I don't know if you went through my videos, but it was like maybe a month or two before this all began. I was covering that, and that's what really triggered me to get back in was that London attack because there was quite a bit of inconsistencies there. And then once I found your video, it really it clicked with me. I told you this personally in a conversation we had, but it just resonated with me, and I really it was like I felt like I had to do something. I had to try to get the message out and do everything that I tell everybody to do on a day-to-day basis, man. So the other computer I had wasn't all that great. That one ended up shit in the bed, and it was workable, but it was really hard to make videos with because it didn't have the decent memory or anything like that. And then a little while, I don't know, maybe like a year ago, I got this thing, and I debated getting back into videos, but I bought this Asus ROG, and it's just a badass computer. And then that London attack happened, and yeah, I covered that, and then I happened to see you. So I've always had a presence.
What do you honestly think about Randy and Heather's either their contribution to the movement or their supposed roles or whatever it is they're supposed to be doing as a part of this movement?
Huh. So what do I feel about Heather and Randy in what regard?
I don't know if you noticed when they were arrested or taken into custody. It was we were just like starting to pick up steam. They were picked up when was the arrest date? Was it?
It was like July. I think it was
July 12th.
No, it was later than that. I think it was maybe the 16th or the 17th. I'm not positive. I don't have it.
July 12th.
I could have sworn it was after that. I know the actual the indictment warrant there that they sent out was on the 20th. The arrest, the warrant. It was a couple days
of the brutal Randall Bean arrest and beating.
Right. Well,
was uploaded on August 12th.
I don't know I don't know if you listened to the call I did with him, but he said specifically they didn't even have the warrant for him. They said specifically that they were going to make stuff up, and that's exactly what they did. They had nothing to detain him on, so they were making something up.
Well, they have nothing to hold him on, but they're still holding him. So I mean, realistically, as far as the charges are concerned, is it money laundering that he's facing? The realism of the transaction he made, cashing those CDs out like days after buying them. I mean, that shit is impossible to pull off, man.
Cashing, that's not impossible. Well, back then, you got to remember that's also when they weren't really stopping the transactions, man. Truthfully, I mean,
there's no way they are going to allow over $1 million to be, bought in a CD and cashed out within days of it, and this guy is going to go and get the manufacturer's certificate of origin. So he found a dealership that would do that. That's putting the dealership's license in jeopardy. I mean, come on. I mean, everything that story is bullshit, man.
Well,
and like to see that every video you have has a mirror from this channel that was created the day that he was arrested. This channel was created that day, and then it has every video of yours. You have this mirror link phone call.
Yeah,
this is the most important phone call in the world. Even your videos back in 2014.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm like, okay. So what is your obsession with Mr. B? Why do you think he has been such a crucial or vital part of this movement when he actually has really done nothing but
self-talk?
Just kind of muddy the waters.
Okay, well, first off, the reason why that video ended up on all the videos is because of that app. If you remember, I told you about that TubeBuddy app that I found for Google Plus that just made it a lot simpler uploading videos and whatnot. That actually was supposed to. There's a setting on that TubeBuddy where you click and it's supposed to keep your newest video across all of your videos. Well, somehow it kept that video because that was the newest video I had put up at that time. So then it put it on all of those videos. Do you think I really took the time to go through 300 videos and put that link there? No. So
you're saying that retroactively updated all the detail.
Yeah.
Video detail retroactively updated. I know it doesn't for you upload.
Yeah. No, it does it on all of them. It does it on all of them. Go try it out for yourself. You'll see. It does it on all of them. I didn't even know that it still had that on there, to be honest with you, until you said that today. And it must be like that I have to change that manually or something. I assumed that by clicking that it would automatically change to the newest video every time I put out a new video, but I guess it didn't. Now, as far as Randy and Heather, I don't understand what. Now, here's the thing, Harvey. I get that there's questions that you have for them. The best people to ask would be them, but I don't understand what your infatuation or your problem is with people that they're not out there telling people to do paperwork. They're not out there telling people to do anything. If anything, they've actually supported you and me. And they've kind of kept to themselves. They put out their own stuff for their own group, their own people that are, have the same beliefs that they do. But I've openly said from the get-go, I don't have the same beliefs or ideas that they do. They're not harming anyone, so I've been willing to work with them for the betterment of the community, which I think is important. Now, as far as like Randy being able to do that, I don't think that
Hold on 1 second. You said something you didn't understand. My infatuation with what?
You've got like this like for some reason you've got a serious problem with Randy and Heather, and I don't understand. Like they're in jail, so I don't get what that is specifically.
I don't say I have a problem with them. I have a problem with the fact that they appeared right at the time when we started to pick up momentum. They appeared and conveniently got picked up in some magic vanishing fucking court case that no one is documenting. foofy fairy chasers, and my infatuation is with what we can grab and what we can prove, and waiting for people to get out while they are continuously collecting donations, continuing to push their LGBT truck.
Right, but you and I collect donations, so we can't say anything about that.
Continue to follow them and report as if their word is going to be the newest, the newest and brightest accomplishment or achievement we're going to have as a group. It's wasting our time. They're dead weight. Okay.
So, but again, by you saying that, so that means that if you end up in jail and you no longer can contribute to the movement, does that mean that you're dead weight and everybody should forget about you or me?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't. That's not the way I think. That's not the way I operate. But as far as the foofy fairy stuff, I agree. I don't have the same.
Mike, that was a silly question, man. You know damn well that if you end up in jail or I end up in jail, then okay, that's fine. But we've been working together for how long? 2 months. Okay, these people came from out of nowhere, and again, this thing did not start magically by itself. Okay, Randy and Heather did not start this thing. Okay, so for their timing to come in, just as we started to pick up momentum, they come in and black-eye the whole movement with being incarcerated. Now it scared anyone off who was gonna try because holy shit, they're still in jail.
Well, they are.
So again, I don't trust them. I don't know them.
So,
and there's too many questions surrounding them. That I think that we are better moving forward without them until they can, contribute something.
Well,
then they've contributed nothing.
I definitely think most people know, and this I'll say, if they weren't really in jail, because that's the common thing that's going around. If they weren't really in jail, I would say that. I would call that out, because you know what? A month ago, I openly questioned. I had some issues with OPPT. Hold on, Harvey. Let me finish.
Did I say they were in jail?
No, there's a lot of people on the live stream saying it. So let me finish. Okay. There's a lot of people on the live stream. There's a lot of people in the comments.
Don't bring up shit I didn't say, man. I didn't say they were dead.
Okay.
I did not say they were not in jail. I said while they are in jail, let them deal with jail. We stop, worrying about us. Again, they have done. What has they contributed to this movement? They've done nothing, man. So I would prefer to stop focusing so much on publicizing the fact that they are in jail for who knows what and for who knows how long, when they are the only ones who have been in jail. So I can see if they're picking up 2 or 3 people a day, then hey, these motherfuckers are doing, but they're the only ones that have been there. They got there conveniently, around the time that we were, again, picking up momentum. So it's like, okay, no, you don't have to forget about them. You can call them, have them call you, collect whatever you want, man.
Okay.
But they are not news.
So I thought this
they
was.
Are not news anymore.
I thought this was a question and answer, because every time I try to speak, I'm getting cut off, Harv. I'm trying to answer your questions, man. So here we go. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, Harvey, they are in jail. They are human beings, and to totally just say fuck them and leave them high and dry, I don't personally agree with you on that. And that's the beautiful thing about being people. We all have our own ideas and beliefs, and that's where the problem ran into last night.
Don't put words in my mouth, man. All right? I did not say fuck them.
You just said they're dead weight. That's pretty much fuck them.
I'm sorry, but were you here 10 months ago? Were you here 10 months ago?
Was I there? Harvey, I got a question for you. Where did you get the information, Harvey?
Gave us a black eye, and now everyone wants to report when Heather makes a fucking phone call, or when Randy makes a fucking phone call and doesn't ask them any pertinent question.
Well, you got to work up to that.
Oh
my fucking God.
Did you fact check this story?
All right. So I was working up to that, Harvey. People need to understand that the calls are recorded first off when the jail calls you, and I'm more than happy to show the jail phone number so people can check that out for themselves. I'm more than happy to. There's people here. I'm not just speaking to you. I'm not just speaking to you. I'm also speaking to the people in the live stream. which there are some of them saying that they are not in jail, which they definitely are. But I was working up to asking different questions. The purpose was to start out small, get his story, allow him to speak on his terms because he is in jail. I'm not going to go and call somebody that's in a living hell where he's talking about how he's got a cellmate that wants to beat him up half the time and the other half is nice to him. And I'm not going to sit there and be an asshole. That's not me. I'm not an asshole. I'm not going to be an asshole to him. They are in a bad situation, and
excuse me, Mike. Actually, you were kind of an asshole to Levitate. I think you owe him an apology.
How was I an asshole to Levitate?
You were kind of an asshole when you called out, like when you called out Portia. I don't care about the picture.
You commented right along with it, Harvey. Yeah, okay? you commented right along with it.
The whole thing about the picture and you getting served a cease and desist and apologizing for her, that shit is, I mean, you gotta do what you
I didn't get
do.
a cease and desist, so I don't know where that's coming from.
Just like I'm not really feeling, I was not really feeling, the way you were going after people and the way you just kind of just came from out of nowhere 2 months ago, and the obvious, leaning towards, even now when I'm saying that, they are in jail. Yeah, you can call them and do whatever you want when you want, but stop reporting their shit like they're news, man, because it ain't news and it ain't helping us.
Well, it is if you actually would pay attention to it.
That's all I gotta say, man. You can keep reporting.
So I got a question for you, Harvey.
You're reporting dead news. You're reporting. I mean, there's nothing there, dude.
I got a question for you. So, as you've said in the past, and it's obvious. Where did you get the information about the accounts, Harvey? Where did you find this information?
I got it from Elle. Her name is Elle. You can look it up. I just subscribed to her today or yesterday. Or she's like she's an ex-Navy. She's like a career Navy person. Lives in Colorado. Someone came and said, "Hey, this woman over here has this, this method that you might want to check out." Now, I can't remember who it was that came and raised my awareness to it. I do know that since then, she and I have communicated back and forth, but it was more like I saw the method. I saw her, the way that she got her the regional center. And then, I had no problem going ahead and giving it a try because I know the government's crooked as shit. And, I had been looking and, been looking for a way to, prove the fact that everyone does have a straw man. And, anybody that I spoke with about it, the first thing they would say was, you ain't got no proof, don't pay my fucking bills. Show me that, yeah. They pay my bills and I'll pay that shit. So there it is. And now they, you can pay the bills, look like you pay your bills for a moment, and that was the hook. And now, the job is to wake people up, get rid of debt weight. I'm sorry, but they are debt weight. They have proven no work whatsoever. Okay?
Their cases are actually very.
They have no bearing on this movement whatsoever. Okay, well, they were not here.
Yeah, they are.
Before. They were not here before. So them popping up when shit gets popping and then delaying it and distracting shit, they are not of this movement, Mike. So you can be with them or you can be with this movement, but they are not of this movement.
Harvey, you fail to understand. Nobody owns this movement. You don't own the movement. I don't own the movement. So you don't give me. I got to set the record straight with you, bud. I don't have strings. You don't tell me, Harvey. You do not. Okay.
What they are pitching is not realistic, man. I'm sorry. So
Harvey,
I don't care. You can run with them. I don't own shit. No. But motherfuckers are not going to side with your ass because you have been an asshole for the past fucking week pointing at everybody, but you won't even point at the fucking obvious. So
what?
That shit.
Why am I gonna go after them? What are they doing? Are they telling people to file forms that are gonna get them in trouble? No. Harvey, you were sitting in the comments section of the video with Ginger. You were sitting in the comments section. You were Harvey, you were sitting in the. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay, Harvey. It's very obvious that it's just about your ego. It's about your big head. What's that? What's that, Harvey? Did you hang up, Harvey? Wow. He must have hung up. Yeah. As you guys can see, Harvey Dent hung up, I guess. I don't know why, but so
That's unfortunate.
yeah, his answer is I guess I'm supposed to be attacking people that are not telling people to do anything, that people that are in jail, because I guess Harvey has hurt feelings because he feels that it's taking the spotlight off of him, because it's supposed to be the Harvey Dent show, and the Harvey Dent movement. I guess it's not your movement, guys. It's Harvey's movement. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the movement belongs to each and every one of you. It does not belong to Harvey Dent. It does not belong to me. And I'm not going to sit there. The people, and the fact that he brought up Levitate Entertainment, I did not do anything mean to Levitate. I did not. Did you guys see me put out a video on Levitate? No. I noticed that Levitate Entertainment had up a video where he was pushing the UCC master file, and he was telling people, I will give it to you if you send me some kind of a donation, which, whatever, man, it is what it is. But I didn't go put out a video on him. I sent him a message and I said, hey, what's up, man? I'm surprised to see that you're hopping on the UCC train now, Levitate. And I guess that I owe him an apology for asking him some questions. I guess I'm not supposed to do that. So according to Harvey, it's whoever Harvey feels like can be questioned or should be questioned at that time, and it's not up to individuals' beliefs, ideas, or thoughts. We're all supposed to be puppets and have strings to Harvey Dent. He's the one that controls the movement. So I don't know. I was hoping that was going to go better. I couldn't even get a freaking word in half the time because Harvey kept deciding to do his normal ramble on and interrupt. Harvey, when you're ready to actually talk like a grown-up and do a real question and answer, let's do it. And as you guys heard from his mouth, Harvey did not find the accounts. It was not him. He got it somewhere else. So as I said before, his greatest achievement is the video that got everybody together. I'm grateful for that. I wish nothing negative on Harvey. I hope that Harvey sees that he's just letting his ego get in the way. And my video earlier, I guess, still stands as far as it doesn't matter what you do with Harvey. If you are trustworthy and you help him, he will turn around and stab you in the back and try to attack you if you don't do exactly what he wants. And that's exactly what this boils down to. Just for you guys to see for yourselves, I'm going to pull up some text messages from Harvey Dent so you can see. I totally agree with keeping an eye out on everybody, not just focusing on certain individuals. The thing is, with Harvey, I guess it's only people that he feels are pertinent to do that. It's at his discretion. Whereas if Heather and her group were leading people the wrong way, then I would talk to them, and I would do the same thing, as I did with. I can't listen to that. Hey, Reboot, man, I'll call you back, brother. I'm sorry, I tried, man. Yep. All right, brother. Whatever. Anyway, so who's fake? How am I fake, zombie? Oh, you guys are going to come running over here from Harvey's now to try to attack me because Harvey had a hissy fit. He can't actually have an intelligent adult conversation. It's pretty pathetic, truthfully. The only person that's fake and is a fraud is Harvey Dent. Okay? He's the one that turned around and stabbed somebody in the back that sat there and had his back and helped him. So if you guys want to come over here and you want to start that crap, that's fine. I really don't care what you think about me. I am doing the right thing every single day, and I know that. Um, and the bottom line is Harvey thought he saw me in a weak position and that he was gonna demand rules or he was gonna put me under his control. Well, ding ding, nobody controls me. Nobody. All right. I have no strings. And, you know, if you could actually give me an educated reason as why there's a big problem there, then fine. But I didn't even sit there and say that I'm going along with all of their ideas and beliefs. I'm saying, why attack them when they're not doing anything to anybody? You bring up donations, but the bottom line is, Harvey, you have a GoFundMe, you collect donations, and so do I. So who are you or I to point any fingers as far as donations? Different if you're charging for information. That's different. That is different because you're telling people they can't have information unless they pay you. I hope that was going to go better, but it's fine. Yeah, and the shirt sales, Harvey. Those shirts cost $10, Harvey. They cost $10. You were charging people 25 fucking dollars for those shirts. So that means that you were charging people 150% of the cost of those shirts. Instead of charging people maybe $15, so you could have made, because you sold a lot of them, so you could have made yourself a little bit of profit and also given them to people at a fair price. You had to charge them $25. It's pretty fucking sick. Zombie, get out of here, dude. I don't need you. I don't need you attacking me. I'm not the one who threw a hissy fit and ran away from because he can't have a civilized discussion. So I tried. The movement's going to go anywhere, even if I don't need Harvey to tell me where the movement is going. Oh yeah, Harvey, that's the other question. Thank you, auditors. Harvey, that's my other question for you. So you were trying to insinuate that I'm somehow fake or I'm somehow something. Well, last I checked, I actually have always had my real legitimate name. Okay, my real name as my profile. All right. So what in the world made you pick Harvey Dent, Two-Faced? Just curious. And also, Harvey, I'm not even gonna. It's not worth it. Bottom line is, Harvey, if you want to actually have a civilized conversation, I'm more than willing to. You let me know when you're ready to. When you're ready to let somebody else speak and you're ready to hear what other people say versus if somebody says something that you don't like, cutting them off or, as you saw, hanging up the phone. You're like a 2-year-old throwing a temper tantrum because you're not getting your way, and that's pretty sad. No, it's not good for the views, the Rook. It's not about views. This makes the whole movement look pathetic. This whole thing. It makes everything look pathetic. And it's funny because he's going to attack me for stuff that he was cheering on. I.e., he was in the comments section in the live stream. People were asking. I said, "Oh, I'm going to call Harvey." I didn't have to call him. That's why I didn't end up calling him. He was in the chat of the live stream. You can ask anybody that was there. He was in there and he was giving it his seal of approval. And so was he doing with Portia. He left comments on that video. So it's fine. Not worried about it. It's a shame that we couldn't talk, though, Harvey. I was hoping to at least get a chance to talk to talk to you and ask you a couple questions. If you guys have any other questions you want to ask me, feel free. Yeah, Jermaine, man, I know. I tried, man. It's just that he does not. If I don't go along with what he is saying, then it's a problem. And that's literally that's what's wrong with everything. So somebody like Harvey, they're the kind of people that would then become a dictator, because if you're not doing exactly what he wants or exactly as he feels it should be, then you see what happens. It's a punishment for not uh, playing his game on his terms, and that's just not right. I believe in everybody having their own individuality and having their own ideas and beliefs. There's no reason why this should be happening. This is absolutely insane. Um, so, I mean, as I said, guys, I don't necessarily I don't share the same ideas or beliefs as Heather and her group, but I'm not going to sit there and attack them because I don't believe the same things as them. That's not fair. It's much different. I mean, they're not sitting there and telling people to do UCC ones that can be punishable by up to 10 years in prison. They're all they've said is, hey, just wait back, guys. It'll be sorted out and whatever. They've supported Harvey and myself. So, I mean, he's sitting there and he wants to drop some people and attack some people that have supported him. So it's like everybody that supports him. And guys, I really wish that I had the old videos from Harvey's original YouTube channel so that you guys could see all these new people that are saying that I'm this or I'm that. They could see Harvey, the real Harvey in action, where he was screaming at people over reversals, and where he was screaming at people for calling him, asking him questions, or emailing him, asking him questions. He's just, if you don't do what Harvey wants, then Harvey doesn't have a use for you. So it's fine. And he claims that this is all him, but as you heard, he got the information from somebody else. So it's not like Harvey's a rocket scientist that sat out there and figured out if you use the routing number and the account and your social as the account number that it does this. He took somebody else's information and then he made it popular, which good. I'm glad he did. It brought all these people together, and I hope that Harvey realizes that he's being petty and silly. And whenever he's ready to really talk, then I'm ready to do so also. It is what it is. It's a shame. Yes, positivity. That's it. Luckily, I got all you awesome people, so that's all that matters. All that matters is that I got all of you awesome people. And I'm so grateful that Harvey had brought all of us together. That's what's important. Because as I said, the movement is not Harvey's movement. It's not my movement. It's nobody's movement. It's everybody's movement. So, everybody's movement. It's each and every one of you guys. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And I could sit here and I could be petty, but it's not going to solve anything. That's why I said I'm done being the community guard dog. If something is like seriously wrong, then I will. But besides that, I think I've put enough information out there on that regard, and I'll let people make their own decisions based off of their own guts. I'm going to try to focus more on educating everybody and, empowering you guys. I'm not even going to block Rosemary. Rosemary will see the light. Everybody will see it. So, it's fine. They're looking at it from one perspective because they were over there and they know how it was being the picture was being painted there. But the truth is anybody that's sitting there talking, negative coming from Harvey's side, watch this live stream and see the truth. Because I sat there and I tried, and I was trying to be respectful, and I tried to speak like an adult, like a debate would actually go. But unfortunately, it was, yeah, it was not gonna happen. So, when I do a debate, I believe that you should give the other person a chance to speak and not freak out if they bring up something that's powerful, or the other it's something other than what you want. So that's thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, it was supposed to be a convo. You're right, but unfortunately, it didn't go that way. So I tried to, as soon as I saw the direction it was going, I tried to let it be a debate, because then it's a little safer. I did not hang up. No, he hung up. I was still talking as he hung up. Guys, yeah, let's not go into the don't start going in racial stuff. I don't agree with that. Let's not do that, because that causes division. We don't want division. We want to be unified together. So, he intentionally hung up because he didn't like what he was hearing. If he wants to talk, he's more than welcome to call back. I will talk anytime. I wasn't rambling. I was speaking on point. There was nothing rambling about that. If you were over there, you probably couldn't hear me, because he wouldn't stop talking for 2 seconds to let me speak. Yeah, he was trying to make it. I know he's trying to make it seem like I hung up. I didn't hang up. You guys heard I was still on the phone with Reboot America. So how would I have hung up? I had him. It was a three-way call. Reboot verified that he had hung up. So yeah, Mariana, it wasn't even attacking people. I was trying to protect people, but I realized that it's not my job. Well, it is my job, but it's not my job to, you know, I got to try to. My problem is I feel a lot of times like I have to save the world, and I got to do what I can with who I can, and focus on the Fed and the BIS. That's how to save the world. We had a mediator, believe it or not. We had one, yeah. No, he's not going to talk to me. It's fine. I don't want to talk negative about him, though. I really don't. Because either way, he's still a human being. So um, maybe he'll see the light. Sure, if anybody's got a question, just put a hashtag in front of it. Thank you, Jermaine, for being a great friend, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, all you guys. You guys have been awesome. Thank you, guys. What's up, Tom? You have a question? Can we go over all the facts we currently know? As far as what, Dan? What do you mean by that? Let's see. Let me see where that. What facts specifically, Dan? Paracel Robbins. No, I haven't. So what's next? That's a very good question. What's next is to continue trying to find some. One big thing that I want to do with the community is try to find some of the contact information for some of the higher ups at the Fed. I also I'm gonna try to get I'm gonna open up my phone so that it'll be able to call internationally. I'm gonna try to call the BIS and record it. That's what we want to do. What we want to do next is what we've been doing all along: waking people up, and ending the Fed, ending the BIS. Because the truth of the matter is, and this is kind of the conclusion I came to, is we can sit here for the next year trying to process these payments and hitting walls and getting reversals, or we can aggressively wake people up and try to end the Federal Reserve and the BIS, which will get us our trusts, because the fiat currency is actually it's got no value. It's a negative value. It's debt. It's not going to do anything good for us. So what we want is we want the change. We want what we've been trying to do all along. I love all you guys too. Yeah, I actually have more info too. I have that check from that gentleman. I don't know who here was in the live stream Saturday, but if you hadn't already seen it, uh, Deadpool, waiting was not my fault, man. They were doing maintenance on the lines, and I lost my service while I was waiting while they were doing that. But I have that gentleman from the conference calls check, the picture of the check. He obviously covered the important information on it, the routing and account number. But that check is actually the first proof of cash, if you will. So I'm going to be throwing up that video with everything crazy that happened. I didn't have a chance to. So I'm going to get that out to you guys. But that actually in itself, we're also going to be calling Fidelity together. I'm going to be on three-way with them, and I'm going to record that call so you can get all them to verify everything about that check. And that actually that can be used. I personally feel that can be used as a tool for reversals. That, hey, proof has come out that the account is not negative, and this gentleman got a check from Fidelity from using his account. So that means that you guys are keeping the funds, because we all know that when the payment gets reversed, the money doesn't go back. If it goes back, then they would have to they actually get a fine for sending it back. So yeah, that can be used as a tool. I think that's going to help with a lot of the reversals we've had. Yeah, the swear. I know. I'm sorry. I just got kind of frustrated at the fact I couldn't speak. Thank you, Queen. Much love. Let's see what other questions we have here. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, I agree, Angel, but we can do that. And that's what the unification, that's where that comes in. I mean, unfortunately, as much as I would have loved to have unified with Ginger and them, I can't, because they're putting out the wrong message and they're getting people hurt. Um, and there's some other things there that seem very that raise a lot of serious questions. Now, if it wasn't for that, I would have loved that. But we have a lot of other people unifying, and the unity, that's where that kicks in, and that's why I was trying to. I really was hoping that this conversation would have gone more productively, I guess is the word, because it's obvious. I mean, there's nothing. I am here with, and I have always been here with my real name, with me. I mean, I'm transparent. I'm as open as a book. If you guys ever have any questions that you want to ask me, I don't mind. You know that I've told you from the get go. I want you to. Um, and when it comes to like Heather and Randy, I voiced my concerns for some of the stuff with OPPT in the past, but just like, and I was kind of hoping that he would see this and look at the perspective that just like Bleeding Edge Digital goes and talks a lot of crap about myself and Harvey, there's people out there that are going to make up stuff and talk about, different individuals. Truthfully, from what I found is, yeah, they have their own beliefs and their own ideas, and whether we think they're weird or we don't, that's, that's like judging somebody based off of their race. It's their religion or their idea. We have no right to judge them for that. Everybody is free to have their own, And Heather was arrested at the White House. She was trying to go so whatever we think. I mean, I'm not putting anybody on a pedestal. Here's the way I look at it. Okay, they're human beings. They're in jail. They're going through court for serious charges, and their court case is very much relevant to uh, all of this with the accounts. They changed information on their court documents. They lied about Randy, saying that he changed a digit on his social security number, which is the only reason they were able to arrest him from what his cousin was telling me. And that my information hasn't even really been coming from them. It's been coming from his family. So, and she's not affiliated with OPPT. So I look at it from a human being perspective, and whether it was myself or Harvey or any one of you that was in jail, I would be doing the same thing, because we are a family. We are all humans, and we are all in this together, and we need to look out for each other. I mean, they were arrested under the guise of the terrorist task force. When that kind of stuff happens, you wind up that's when people disappear. They end up in black sites, black site jails, and stuff like that. So, to just totally say, well, they're not important, dump them. I mean, and then when I said, well, is that what you would want to happen if you were in jail? Yeah, that's fine. And then he backpedaled because, of course, no, he doesn't want that, and said, well, if it's you or me, it's different. No, it doesn't matter if it's you or me. It doesn't matter how much or how little you contribute. It does not. That's that selfish me mentality, and that's what I was saying. I'm separating myself from people that have that selfish me mentality. If it's all about you and you're all about yourself, then no, that's not why I'm here. I've said time and time again, I want to open up these accounts, and I want to fix the slavery system and get everybody free for even the people that have talked bad about us, the naysayers. Also for the people that are asleep. It's not just, oh yeah, I'm going to take care of myself and screw everybody else. That's not the kind of person I am. I never will be. I never have been, and it's not going to happen. So, I was hoping that, that was the same for other people, but ultimately, each of us has it's our life, and we make the decisions that we want in our life and how we want to go about it. So, I'm not going to judge, him or anybody else for their decisions. That's their decision in the end. If something happens and they end up in a bad situation or they need help, I will be there to help them regardless, just because that's the right thing to do, and that's what I'm doing. If something happens and Ginger and Portia, they get in trouble, I do the same thing, even though I don't agree with what they've been doing. It doesn't matter. They're all human beings. We're all human beings. We need to be there for everyone. And you guys are absolutely awesome. I mean, don't look at it as a divide. You know, I know he's saying that you have to make a choice of either you're with him or you're with me. But I'm going to tell you, you don't have to make any choice. You don't have to choose me or him. At least not in my eyes, or over here you don't. You can you can you can choose you know to watch and listen to Harvey, and you can choose to watch and listen to me. You know, that's I'm not going to make any of you guys make any choices, kind of like how I was just given. Um, the problem is that people don't understand with me. I don't take ultimatums. I don't take orders. I'm not controlled. I don't have strings, and I refuse to. So that'll never happen with me. You guys want call-ins? Yeah, why not? Let's open up the lines. Just for you guys, because you're so awesome. I wasn't going to do that either, but I will, just for you guys, because you guys are so awesome. And anybody who's feeling the opposite way, if you want to call in, I'm not going to censor you. You're more than welcome to call in if you're feeling somehow that, I don't know how anybody can interpret it, that I, you know, did anything wrong there, because truthfully there's no way that that could be interpreted. But if you do, you know, you're brainwashed and you believe that and you want to call in, I don't care. You can call in, just don't directly attack me, because I don't deserve that. I tried to be you know, peaceful, and I tried to speak. um, you know, I really did. I was hoping that was going to work out, because like I said, I considered Harvey a friend. um, and it really kind of bothered me what had happened today, but I'm not going to let it kind of, you know, it's not going to stop me. And I know he backpedaled on the second video and said that he wasn't attacking me, but that's why he said flat out, you're better off just disappearing that way, because I'm not going to stop. Well, I don't take that. I don't let people intimidate me. It's very hard to intimidate me, because I know what I do and what I'm doing is just. So um, Jermaine, will you do me a favor and jump on the call, man? I'd love to have you on the call, brother, just to help me out, help me handle some of that. And if Triple's on, if Triple wants to hop on, man, I'd love to have Triple on too. Let's have a show of unity, man. One second, I'm just closing some tabs here so it doesn't. All right, so we got a couple people. Guys, feel free to call. The number's on the screen, and the access code is on the screen. Feel free to call. Give me your thoughts on everything. If you got anything you wanna say, as I said, you guys are more than, you know. I'm not going to make anybody make any choices. Um, I I actually encourage everybody to both, you know, still continue to get their information from both places. That's not the person I am. Um, so All right.
Welcome. This service is provided